live coverage of Southeastern Lion Baseball on the Southeastern Sports Radio Network.
A very pleasant good evening to you, wherever you may be joining us from. Live from Pat Keneally Diamond at Alumni Field, I'm Damon Sunday, and we've got Lion Baseball for you once again this evening as Southeastern opens up a 3-game series against the Dolphins of Jacksonville University. That's Jacksonville, Florida. And this is a first ever meeting on the baseball diamond. These two schools have met in the past in other sports, including a couple of times in football here in Strawberry Stadium. And this will be the first time, though, in baseball. This is a very good baseball program. 30-plus wins a year ago. They've been in 15 regionals. They have 7 conference championships. They've cranked out 27 All-Americans. This is a very, very solid baseball program. And at one point, a member of the Sun Belt Conference. Now they're a member of the Atlantic Sun. And let's see, for you history buffs out there who know what the Atlantic Sun used to be. That's right, before rebranding as the Atlantic Sun, it was the Trans-America Athletic Conference. The conference the Lions were in for the 92 through 98 baseball season. Or should I say 98 baseball season. So the Lions left. Jacksonville joined right after that a year later, so they were never conference foes, but member of the same conference at different times. So there is a bit of a connection between these two programs if you take it like that. The Atlantic Sun now mainly East Coast based, back when the Lions were in the Trans-America, or in the TAC, as it was commonly known as. Centenary up in Shreveport was in the conference. Also, Samford was in it. It did stretch to the East Coast, though, with Campbell and some schools like Central Florida, UCF, and FIU were both in there. I believe FAU as well. Maybe the last year the Lions were in the conference. So it has been a transitional conference at times. And then the Lions now in the Southland with schools that over the course of the last 50 years or so, the Lions have been in conferences with most of those schools at different points. So very interesting to see how things play out. And, of course, you know how things go in this ever-changing world of college athletics. You almost want to keep a close tabs on everybody, because you never know when you may see somebody again or in conferences. Things constantly changing these days. Well, Jacksonville comes in at 1-4, and while they may be rolling in with a sub-500 record, you're talking about dropping 2 of 3 opening weekend, the number 35 ranked West Virginia. Remember, they came in here a couple of years ago, a very good program, the West Virginia Mountaineers, and then dropped a pair midweek in Gainesville at number 2 ranked Florida. So Jacksonville, while 1-4, no slouch, rolling in here tonight. The Lions at 1-2 with a win opening night against number 24 ranked UL Lafayette. Dropped a 2-0 decision to Louisiana Tech the next night in Lafayette. The Bulldogs off to a very good start. They're 4-0 now on the year. And then the Ragin' Cajuns came back Tuesday night in the rematch and broke open the game late. The Lions trying to get back in it. Just came up short in a 9-6 loss here in the home opener on Tuesday night. So 3-game series here this weekend with Jacksonville. And we're talking, of course, tonight, 6 o'clock, first pitch coming up in about 10 minutes or so. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock and Sunday at 1 for the series finale, which is a Canes Challenge ball game. The ball game tomorrow will not be on radio. We will have it on video, though, so you'll be able to keep up with it going on. Of course, live stats, Twitter, all the good stuff. But we'll have basketball on the network for you tomorrow, a doubleheader at 1 and 4 here on campus at the University Center. So, lots going on this weekend. It's a cold one tonight, so if you're opting for electronic surveillance, whether it be radio or video tonight or even Twitter or live stats, however you want to keep up with it. We appreciate you tuning in, and we'll do our best to keep you abreast of what's going on here at the ballpark tonight. If you want to brave the cold, we'd love to have you out here at the ballpark. If not, I think it's supposed to warm up a little bit slowly, but warm up over the course of the weekend. Sunshine today, sunshine tomorrow is the good news. Maybe eventually we'll get these things dried out around here too. It's been an absolute mess with all this weather the last week or so, maybe more than that. Let's take a look at the schedule around the Southland Conference today of games that we'll be keeping up with over the course of the evening. Ball State at Houston Baptist. North Alabama at Northwestern State. UNO is at Arkansas State. The Alamo Irish Classic in San Antonio. Notre Dame and Incarnate Word facing each other. Mardi Gras tournament down in Thibodaux. Little Rock against Nichols tonight. Kleberg Bank College Classic in Corpus Christi. The Utah Utes are taking on Texas A&M Corpus Christi at Whataburger Field. That is the site of the 2020 Southland Conference Baseball Tournament in May. Lamar is at former conference foe Texas State. Central Arkansas is at Southern Miss this weekend. A tournament in Nacogdoches. Stephen F. Austin hosting SIU Edwardsville. Loyola Marymount is at Sam Houston State, and Abilene Christian is on the road on the West Coast at UC Santa Barbara, enjoying that SoCal life. Maybe a little bit warmer there in Santa Barbara than it is here for sure, and definitely in Abilene, Texas. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. When we return on Lion Game Day, we'll hear from head coach Matt Reiser. This is the Southeastern Sports Network.
What do you love most about being a student athlete at Southeastern?
So I chose teammates for life because on our golf team, nobody's from the same spot, but the friendships we've made, once we graduate, I know we'll always be friends, we'll always see each other, we'll always come back and visit.
The Southland Conference, 13 member institutions, over 4,200 student athletes, achieving success in the classroom while excelling in 19 NCAA Division I sports and making a difference through serving others and giving back to the community. Determination, hard work, commitment, excellence, and collaboration. Together, we are Southeastern!
Reiser and Coach. UL Lafayette comes in on Tuesday night, and just looking at them, it almost looked like a little bit of pressure was taken off of them as they head out on the road, and we're at home on Tuesday night.
Yeah, it was a tough one. You know, we knew we were going to run out some new faces, and obviously expected a little different outcome. And you know, at the end of the day, you got to overcome it. We had our opportunities. It was a tight ball game there for a while, and we talked about it at the end of the game, the post-game meeting. I didn't think we gave up, but we definitely gave in. And I wanted them to know what the difference was. You know, in this game, you can't take a pitch off. And we had the moment there, the bases loaded, nobody out, down by 1. We go strikeout, ground out, and you can see us hang our head for just a moment. And that was long enough for ULL. They're a good club, man. They came out, popped us with 5 in the top of the 7th inning, and it was, trying to scratch back after that. So, again, I think there was some good and some bad in it. Also, we've got to throw more strikes. We've got to be more competitive on the mound, and guys have got to trust their stuff a little bit more. And but at the end of the day, we got to learn from the give it in. Make sure we play every single pitch because we don't know which one's going to be so valuable and what moment's going to be so valuable.
All of that taken into consideration in that early season kind of feeling out process right now for pretty much every team. What does it take to be able to go in and not give in, not do what's that secret?
Yeah, well, we told the guys, don't be like everybody else. Don't be in the early season mode of feeling your way out and feeling yourself and trying to figure out what's going on because it's early season. We want to be mid-season form. We've prepared. We put in the time. We put in the effort to make sure that we were mid-season form, and we showed that Friday night in the opener at ULL. I mean, we had a great environment, hostile environment, tight situation, and, boy, we were just as calm and cool as collective as it gets. And then, obviously, Tuesday night we roll out here, and it's completely opposite. So, the biggest thing is just figuring out how to do it every day. We've shown mid-season form at times, and we've shown some of the early signs of the early season stuff. But these wins are so valuable. We talked about this is another series that's going to be extremely valuable. There's a very good chance that at the end of the season, the committee looks at this series, and whoever wins this one ends up being in a regional, and the other one gets left at home.
Speaking of mid-season form, opening game, Trey Schaefer, who's getting the start tonight. First inning or so, he looked like he was still kind of trying to feel his way through it, but after about maybe midway through the second inning, he was getting swings early, but the stuff was there and took over about the second inning in that ball game.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, he had some of the early opening day jitters there. Just kind of obviously getting it going. The feel, I think, more than anything. And once he got the feeling of the delivery and started repeating it, and obviously the rest was history from that standpoint. So, again, we'll look for him to do the same thing. This is Jacksonville club. Does a really good job being patient at the plate. He's going to have to fill the zone up. We're going to have to fill the zone up as a staff. And we talked about it all week. Hey, man, if we throw strikes and play defense this weekend, then we got a chance to sweep the weekend. If we don't, then also we're going to have to figure out other ways to win. So number one priority tonight will be fill the zone up against a Jacksonville club who knows the zone very well.
Jacob Burke swinging the bat real well through the first week of the season. What is he doing so well in his approach at the plate?
He's doing what we want the others to do is just relax and be confident what they're doing and swing the bat. Get good pitches to hit and put a barrel on it. Going back and watching some video, we watched all 35 strikeouts, and so many guys are trying to do so much with the baseball because they're trying so hard, and they don't have to, and maybe that's part of, the Preston Faulkners and obviously the Nick Rays and Connor Manolas and Trey Harrington having to be the guys. I mean, those are the guys we're looking up to now, trying so hard to lead this team. And we told them, you're not going to just lead at the plate. You're going to do more than hit the plate. So relax the plate, hit, do what you do. Don't try to do too much. I felt like the swing on the ninth inning with Puma, the ball he chased out of the zone was a perfect prime example. He's trying so hard, man, to hit the ball so far, maybe get 4 runs out of a solo home run. Just not going to happen. So we went back to approach-wise this week, Wednesday and Thursday, really working on velocity, but letting the barrels get there, helping those guys be confident. Hey, man, you're strong. The strength's going to be provided with their velocity. Just make sure the barrel gets there, and the rest of it will do its work. So the guys, again, they did a good job of preparation, and also it'll pay off tonight.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Best of luck, and let's get after it.
Love it, Damon. Line up, baby.
All righty. We're back in 2 minutes on the Southeastern Sports Radio Network.
The countdown to Katy has begun. The Southland Conference Basketball Tournament at the Merrill Center in Katy, Texas. Experience it live as Southland strong teams compete for a tournament title and a chance to go to the dance. It's affordable family fun and great college hoops action. Tickets for the Southland Conference Basketball Tournament are on sale through school ticket offices and Ticketmaster.com.
What's up, Lion fans? It's Nate Big Easy Lofton of the world-famous Harlem Globetrotters and also Southeastern Louisiana University. Can't wait to be back home March 12th in the University Center. Can't wait to see you there. Line up.
Pacanile Diamond at Alumni Field as they'll have ceremonial first pitch coming up here. And then Trey Schaefer will roll into his warm-up pitches. So let's take a look at the starting lineups for the ball game tonight. First for the visiting Dolphins of Jacksonville, who also are green and gold. It's a different shade of green and gold. Ruben Samayan, the center fielder, leads things off, followed by the second baseman Scott DeBrule and the catcher Anthony George. The middle third of the order features cleanup hitter and right fielder Corey Heffron, first baseman Christian Coypel, and third baseman Stephen Moffitt. Bottom third of the order is shortstop Dakota Jalila, followed by the designated hitter Jacob Southern and the left fielder Langston Provitt. That's Samayan, DeBrule, George, Heffron, Coypel, Moffitt, Jalila, Southern, Provitt, 1 through 9 in the Jacksonville order. They'll have a junior right-hander by the name of Trent Palmer on the mound tonight. The Lions come in at 1 and 2, and this is Coach Reiser's starting lineup this evening. Leading things off is the shortstop Evan Keller, followed by the center fielder Tyler Finke and the second baseman Champ Artigues. Middle third of the order, first baseman Preston Faulkner is your cleanup hitter, followed by the designated hitter Jacob Burke and the right fielder Brandon Hale. Bottom third of the order features third baseman Trey Harrington, catcher Connor Manola, and left fielder Nick Ray. That's Keller, Finke, Artigues, Faulkner, Burke, Hale, Harrington, Manola, Ray, 1 through 9 in the Lions order. With junior left-hander Trey Schaefer on the bump. A 1-0 record, a 1.69 earned run average for the junior out of Biloxi, Mississippi, was the Gatorade Player of the Year as a senior at Biloxi High School. Schaefer, 6'1", 180-pound southpaw. Had been a pitcher outfielder, concentrating just on pitching now. And on opening night, he earned the win. 5 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 3 walks, 10 strikeouts, a 1.69 ERA. Opponents hit 118 off of the left-hander. And he delivers a first pitch strike, and we are underway this evening from the corner of Dakota and General Pershing. 6:04 our first pitch tonight. Lefty-lefty matchup at the plate. That one catches the outer corner, and it's 0-2. Samayan, Someiillan, the center fielder, hitting .231 on the year. Schaefer winds in the 0-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. He chased one down and away, one gone. Now defensively tonight, behind the lefty, we look like this. Left to right around the outfield, Nick Ray, Tyler Finke, and Brandon Hale. Third to first around the diamond, Trey Harrington anchors your hot corner. Double play combo up the middle. Evan Keller at short. Champ Artigues is at second. The first baseman is Preston Faulkner. And behind the plate tonight, the battery mate of the lefty, it is Connor Manola. Well, the first pitch to Scott DeBrule is down and away. Another left-handed hitter comes in hitting .263 with 1 run batted in. Takes that one for a strike, and the count is 1-1. Schaefer winds, and the pitch, and it's fouled back into the screen. DeBrule, D-U-B-R-U-L-E. Here comes the 1-2. Hit the other way, and it's going to sneak through into left field. Got past the diving Harrington. And there's 1 on with 1 out. I want to bring up the catcher, Anthony George. Leading hitter in the lineup, .333 on the year with 1 run batted in. A right-handed hitter. Well, the pitch by Schaefer, fastball upstairs. That's in there for a strike. Well, the count now 1-1. Cool night at the ballpark. 49 degrees at first pitch tonight. It's clear. Winds out of the north at 6 miles an hour. It's died down since batting practice, and then the winds will kind of fade away over the course of the night as there's a toss over to first, where eventually the wind will kind of disappear. That's the good news with it being so cold. Here's the pitch by Schaefer, and misses. 2-1 the count. Well, if you're coming out tonight, make sure you bundle up. If you're staying at home, make sure you bundle up the plants and pets. Bring them inside. It's supposed to drop down below freezing tonight here on the North Shores. That one downstairs. It's 3-1. One out runner at first base. That is the second baseman, DeBrule. Schaefer sets at the shoulders and delivers. Down and in, ball 4. A pair on with one down. Brings up the right fielder, Corey Heffron. 182 the average on the year so far. Right-handed hitter.
Number 18, right fielder Corey Heffron.
Jacksonville did not run much last year. Now they've got 2 stolen bases so far this year. The Lions have not run as much as here early as they have in years past. So I think that may just be a matter of getting guys on and getting things going. As that breaking ball inside hits Heffron, and now the bases are loaded with one down. No score. We're in the top of the first inning. Well, to bring up Christian Coipel, C-O-I-P-E-L, Coipel, the first baseman, a 154 hitter on the year, but he leads the ball club here early. Now, this is their 6th game of the season with a pair of home runs and 5 runs batted in.
Number 8, first baseman, Christian Coipel.
Coipel, a left-handed hitter. So 3 left-handed hitters in the lineup tonight. The 1, 2, and 5 hitters in the order. A lefty-lefty matchup here as Schaefer winds and delivers. There's a fastball running down and in. Some nice arm side run on that one. On the count 0-1. Works out of the windup here with the bases loaded. Lions not holding runners on. Middle infield back at double play depth. And the 0-1 breaking ball stays upstairs. Left-hander gets his sign. He'll wind, and the pitch. Breaking ball stays upstairs. And it's 2-1. Coach Matt Reiser calling pitches this year. A look to third as Schaefer winds, and the pitch. Breaking ball missed off the outside corner. Now the count 3-1 here. Schaefer struck out the first batter of the ballgame on 3 pitches. Since then, it's a single, a walk, a hit by pitch, and he's 3-1 on Coipel. The pitch downstairs, ball 4. He's walked in a run. The Lions fall behind here, 1-0 in the top of the first inning. DeBrule scores, George to third, Heffron to second, and Coipel to first as Coach Reiser is on his way out to the mound for a visit here. We'll take some early look at scores. We gave you a rundown on the schedule on Lion Game Day before the ball game, but there are some finals. Afternoon ball games. Houston Baptist does not have lights, so HBU played earlier today. Lost 5-3 to Ball State in 11 innings in Houston. And then up in Natchitoches, an early afternoon game, Northwestern State defeats North Alabama by a score of 8-2. Up in Jonesboro, Arkansas, UNO on the road this weekend. And top of the 7th inning, they're tied at 2 with Arkansas State. At the plate now, Stephen Moffitt, third baseman, a right-handed hitter. He's hitting 143 with 1 run batted in. And the pitch by Schaefer in there for a strike. So now 19 pitches, 9 of them for strikes for Schaefer. Bases still loaded and 1 down. Left-hander, the 0-1. Caught the inside corner, and it's 0-2. So now a 50-50 mix here, 20 pitches, 10 strikes. Schaefer, swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Moffitt. Oh, he's got 2 strikeouts in the inning, both of them on 3 pitches. It'll bring up the shortstop, Dakota Julila. Julylia. Julila, hitting .056 on the year, a right-handed hitter. Oh, Schaefer. 2 down, the base is loaded, and the pitch floats outside. 1-0 the count. 3-man umpiring crew tonight. And for the weekend, we'll have the same crew all 3 games. I'll let you know who they are coming up here after the 1-0. Check swing strike. Over at third base is Michael Anderson. Right now he's near shortstop. Over at first base is Michael Summers. And behind the plate, calling balls and strikes, is Myron Miller. The 1-1. Bit low, and the count 2-1. Some more scores. Top of the 3rd in San Antonio, the Alamo Irish Classic. Notre Dame leads Incarnate Word 3-0. There's a swing and a miss. 2-2. Top of the 1st in Thibodaux, Little Rock leads Nichols at the Mardi Gras tournament. Bottom of the 1st are scoreless, Utah and A&M Corpus Christi at the Kleberg Bank College Classic. Lamar has jumped out to a 2-0 lead over Texas State top 1. As there's call strike 3. Julila down looking, and that'll end the inning. So the Dolphins load the bases with 1 down. They get 1 hit and 1 run in the inning. There were no errors, and they leave the bases loaded as Schaefer also fans 3 in the inning. So we'll head to the bottom of the 1st inning. Lions trailing 1-0 here on the Southeastern Sports Network.
The Southland Conference, 13 member institutions, over 4,200 student athletes, achieving success in the classroom while excelling in 19 NCAA Division I sports and making a difference through serving others and giving back to the community. Determination, hard work, commitment, excellence, and collaboration. Together, we are Southeastern!
Staff has some good arms, and the right-hander Trent Palmer tonight had a pretty good opening night start against West Virginia. 5 scoreless innings, 2 hits, no runs, walked 2, struck out 6. Opponents hitting 118 off the righty, who, let's see, hails from Ramsey, Minnesota. So he's wearing short sleeves tonight. 6'1", 230-pound right-hander. Keller, Finke, and Artigues due up as the Lions trail 1-0, bottom of the first inning. Evan Keller hitting 111 on the year. Palmer winds and delivers, and the first pitch fastball registered down and in at 94 miles an hour. 1-0 the count. Fastball strike. Caught the inside corner at 92. Well, a hard thrower on a cold night tonight. Here comes the 1-1. That one almost got away from the catcher at 94 in the other batter's box. Well, 2-1 the count. Speedy Evan Keller leading things off. We'll set the Dolphin defense for you momentarily. Lions in the home white pinstripes tonight. That one fouled off. Jacksonville, gray pants, the green and old gold jersey. Well, the Dolphins. As Keller fouls off the 2-1. Pitch by Palmer. Took something off of it. It was high and inside. Well, full count. The 3-2 pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. Oh, Keller works a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the first. And it brings up the center fielder Tyler Finke, who comes in hitting 200 with 2 runs batted in. Defensively tonight for Jacksonville. Let's go left to right around the outfield where we find Provitt, Somayan, and Heffron. Third to first around the diamond. Moffitt anchors the hot corner for him. Jalila and DeBrule, your double play combo up the middle at short and second. Coypel, the first baseman. And behind the plate tonight, the battery mate of the right-hander Trent Palmer is the catcher, Anthony George. Now, there's a first pitch strike to Finke. Keller stretches out a decent lead at first, and he's going to extend it a little bit here. Palmer delivers, showing bunt. Finke missed on his offer, and it's 0-2. This ballpark, 330 down the lines. 400 to straightaway center. The breeze tonight blowing in from left field out of the north at 6 miles an hour to open up the ball game. It's going to dip down as the night progresses. Of course, so is the temperature. So I'm not sure if the trade-off is all that great, but at least it's not blowing in your face. As the pitch upstairs, runner goes, throw down. He slides into the tag, and Keller is out at second. The pitch was a ball. Oh, 1 gone, nobody on. 1-2 count on Finke. Palmer winds and delivers. High and tight, and it's 2-2. Lions have Jacksonville for 3 games this weekend, and then they'll head out on the road for a pair of games at Monroe. head up to Northeast Louisiana to take on ULM. Well, 2-2 on Finke. Palmer winds. There's a breaking ball. Swing and a miss. In the dirt, George will have to throw down, and it's in time. We'll bring up Champ Artigues with 2 down and nobody on. Artigues comes in hitting .250 on the year with 1 run batted in. That's second on the ball club. Through 3 games, the Lions have struggled a little bit offensively. Both of these teams come in hitting below 200 on the season so far. Fastball popped to mitt at the knees for a strike. And it's 0-1. Palmer, fastball, brought it up belt high for a strike. And it's 0-2, so he's changing the eye level there of Artigues. 93 and 94 miles an hour so far. The 0-2 went 95, which is the highest we've seen so far outside. A ball and 2 strikes. Oh, Palmer is slinging it here early. The 1-2. Check swing, called strike 3, couldn't pull the trigger. And down looking goes Artigues to end the inning. Lions, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left after the leadoff hitter Keller was caught stealing. And that'll be it for the Lions in the bottom of the first. Head to the second. It's 1-0 Jacksonville here on the Southeastern Sports Network.
The countdown to Katy has begun. The Southland Conference Basketball Tournament at the Merrill Center in Katy, Texas. Experience it live as Southland strong teams compete for a tournament title and a chance to go to the dance. It's affordable family fun and great college hoops action. Tickets for the Southland Conference Basketball Tournament are on sale through school ticket offices and Ticketmaster.com.
Top of the second inning, 1-0 Jacksonville leads. It is 8-9-1, and the Dolphins order due up to face the left-hander Trey Schaefer. And the first pitch in there for a strike on Jacob Southern, the designated hitter. Swinging a bat at a 118 clip so far. He does lead the ball club with a pair of steals. 0-1 is upstairs, 1-1 to count. Middle infield playing deep. Back out on the outfield grass, in fact. Harrington playing deep and guarding the line at third. That one fouled out of play by Southern. And Faulkner playing off the bag at first base. Right fielder Brandon Hale looks like he's playing fairly deep as well. Here's the 1-2 from Schaefer. Called strike 3. Fastball was up and down looking goes Southern to open up the second. That's the 4th strikeout of the ball game for Schaefer, who fanned 10 in 5 1/3 in his previous start. To bring up Langston Provitt. 222 the average, 1 run batted in, a right-handed hitter. There's 3 left-handed hitters in the order, and Two of them are back-to-back coming up. One out, nobody on. And that's in there for a strike on Provett. Left-hander winds and the pitch. Bunt, push foul. And it's 0-2. One out, nobody on. 0-2 pitch upstairs. Schaefer with his sign. He'll wind and deliver. That one's turned on, pulled into left field. It'll drop in for a base hit. And the Lions throw behind the runner as Manola backing up at first base. But he's back in safely over there. He's back to the top of the order now.
Number 4, center fielder.
For Ruben Somayan. Somayan, a senior from Miami, Florida, 5'9", 175-pound left-handed hitter. Struck out his first trip up on 3 pitches. Lefty-lefty matchup here, runner at first base. And the pitch, breaking ball, drops in for a strike. And I can't believe the radar gun working that well tonight. I just registered 44 miles an hour on a curveball, which I know you can slow it down a bit, but that's not normal. It's was reading high on Palmer, though, so who knows where it's at tonight as that one's fouled off. But I'll tell you this, even if he wasn't throwing 94, 95, Palmer definitely slinging it tonight. Although the fastball numbers registering about right for Schaefer, so count 0-2 on Somayan. Runner at first base. Provett has the only steal attempt by not Southern. His runner goes on the pitch, and he is in on the backside. As looked like either Keller dropped the ball or just he was able to sneak his hand in on the backside. So a stolen base with one down, a runner in scoring position with a 1-2 count as the pitch was a ball. Swing and a miss. And yeah, Keller had dropped the ball on the tag. Now down on strikes goes Somayan for the second time in the ball game. That's 5 now for Schaefer. And it brings up second baseman Scott DeBrule. Singleton scored his first trip up. Left-handed hitter, runner at second base and 2 down. 1-0. The Lions trail top of the second inning. Well, the pitch downstairs. Next pitch will be Schaefer's 40th of the ball game. Left-hander will come set at his shoulders, look back to second, and delivers the pitch to the plate. Breaking ball catches the corner, and it's 1-1 now. 40 pitches, 24 of them for strikes for Schaefer. The Lions will shift the middle infield defense as now Artigues over near the bag. Runs through a few defensive signs. Keller's going to back up in the hole at short, and Artigues will play near the bag at second. Center fielder in and over. They're playing shallow in left and center as that breaking ball downstairs smothered by Manola. And a count 2-1. Left-handed hitter settles into the box here. Schaefer gets a sign from Manola. Left-hander looks back to second and delivers now. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Boy, he had DeBrule out in front on that one. It was a very weak effort on the swing. 2-2 the count. Had him fooled. Look back to second. Another look back, and now the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to third. Scooped up by Harrington. Throw to first is in time. And that'll be it for Jacksonville. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 run left on base. Schaefer fans 2 more. He's got 5 in the ball game. And we'll head to the bottom of the second with Jacksonville leading it 1-0 here early on the Southeastern Sports Network.
What do you love most about being a student athlete at Southeastern?
So I chose teammates for life because on our golf team, nobody's from the same spot, but the friendships we've made, once we graduate, I know we'll always be friends, we'll always see each other, we'll always come back and visit.
Second, the Lions down 1-0, and they'll send up the middle third of the order. Faulkner, Burke, and Hale to face the hard-throwing right-hander Trent Palmer. Little Will Smith at the ballpark here this evening. And leading it off, Preston Faulkner, hitting 100 on the year. Well, the right-hander delivers, fastball upstairs. Swing and a miss. Well, the count 1-1 on Faulkner. Right-hander works quickly. There's a breaking ball, swing and a miss, and it's 1-2 now. And the pitch, swing and a miss, came in under the hands, and down on strikes goes Faulkner. So that's 3 consecutive strikeouts. Going back to last inning for Palmer. And it brings up Jacob Burke.
Number 23, designated hitter, Jacob Burke.
Burke leads the ball club with a .556 average. 1 run batted in. There's a swing and a miss. The pitch by Palmer in there for a strike. He's out in front here, quickly 0-2. Working quickly, right-hander, fastball outside. 1-2 the count here. Right-hander winds, and the pitch. High and tight. Well, the count evens out at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Down goes Burke, and that's back-to-back strikeouts in the inning. 4 in the ball game, and it brings up Brandon Hale. Hale comes in hitting 167 on the year. Opening night hero with a 3-run homer in the 6th inning that was all Schaefer and Warren needed to shut down the Raging Cajuns for the win. And the pitch is in there for a strike. Showing bunt. Hale takes it upstairs. A 1-1 count. Palmer into his windup. Misses outside. 2-1 the count. Right-hander. He's a big right-hander. At 6'1", 230 pounds. Drops down kind of a free, easy 3-quarter motion. There's a swing and a miss. It's 2-2. Pitch to Hale. Caught the corner, running away. Called strike 3. Fans aside in the inning. And it's actually 5 consecutive batters he's fanned going back to the first. So the Lions up and down in order in the second. We'll head to the third. It's still 1-0 Jacksonville here on the Southeastern Sports Network.
The Southland Conference, 13 member institutions, over 4,200 student athletes, achieving success in the classroom while excelling in 19 NCAA Division I sports and making a difference through serving others and giving back to the community. Determination, hard work, commitment, excellence, and collaboration. Together, we are
into the third inning now. 1-0 Jacksonville leads here at the Pat. Opening night of this 3-game series. And due up Anthony George. It's 3-4-5 in the order for the Dolphins to face left-hander Trey Schaefer. And first pitch, this is upstairs. George drew a walk his first trip up. Fouls off the 1-0. Changeup caught the corner. Oh, 1-2 the count. Working quickly, Schaefer gets that one popped foul and out of play. Here comes the 1-2 from the left-hander. Popped foul and out of play again. One and two, the count on George. The pitch by Schaefer, popped foul and out of play again. The 1-2. Goes down and drives that one out to right field, but it's going to hang up there for Brandon Hale. He'll haul it in, and there's one gone here in the third. Now it'll bring up Corey Heffron now, who was hit by a pitch his first trip up. Jacksonville leads it 1-0, top of the third inning. Schaefer, first pitch strike on the right-handed hitter. And it's 0-1. Wind up in the pitch. Breaking ball kicks away. Well, next weekend, Lions are back at home after the midweek trip to UL Monroe, to ULM. And it'll be Stony Brook coming to town for the second consecutive year. And then the Lions, after a midweek trip to Baton Rouge to take on LSU, will begin conference play. First weekend in March, going on up to Central Arkansas. There's a swing and a miss. 1-2 the count on Heffron. The 1-2 from Schaefer. Downstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 swing and a miss. Chase the pitch up. And we've got a strikeout fest tonight. That's 6 in the ball game now for Schaefer. Meanwhile, the starter for Jacksonville, Trent Palmer, has 5. We're in the top of the third inning.
Number 8, first baseman, Christian Coypel.
Well, brings up Christian Coypel. The first baseman drew a bases-loaded walk to drive in the game's only run back in the first inning. He takes a first pitch strike there from Schaefer. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball inside. Ooh, looked like it didn't break in time. Is it a foul ball or did it hit him in the hand? That's the question. It may have been both. Home plate umpire Myron Miller will now award first base to Christian Coypel. They appeal to third. It didn't, they say it hit him. I'm really sometimes not sure what a base umpire is going to be able to provide as far as help on those calls, but
hit the bat, Blue. Get the game, man.
Number 7.
Oh, a 2-out base runner. That brings up third baseman Stephen Moffitt. Struck out his first trip up. 2-out runner at first base. Jacksonville leading at 1-0, top of the third. And the pitch by Schaefer is downstairs. Coypel at first. After being hit by the 2-out pitch. The 1-0. Swing and a miss at a fastball. Well, the count 1-1. Last season, the Lions were 33-27. Jacksonville was 32-27. Well, nearly identical records. They took the season series from Florida State. Of course, the Seminoles went on to Omaha a year ago. There's a swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Moffitt, and that'll end the inning. Oh, no runs, no hits, no errors. One man left on base. 2 more strikeouts for Schaefer. He's got 7 through 3 innings. And we head to the bottom of the third. It's still 1-0 Jacksonville here on the Southeastern Sports Network.
What do you love most about being a student athlete at Southeastern?
So I chose teammates for life because on our golf team, nobody's from the same spot, but the friendships we've made once we graduate, I know we'll always be friends, we'll always see each other, we'll always come back and visit.
As we'll see the bottom third of the order to face the right-hander Trent Palmer.
Number 13, third baseman Trey Harrington.
He's fanned 5 consecutive batters after walking the leadoff hitter, and Harrington fouls off the first offering here in the third. Lions down 1-0. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a strike. And it's 0-2. Palmer lighting it up in the mid-90s. That one misses 1-2. He was slated to see some work out of the bullpen this year, but he's also, as there's a swing and a miss, and that is now 6 consecutive strikeouts. Brings up Connor Manola. Palmer ranked as the #1 pro prospect in the Atlantic Sun by D1 Baseball.
Catcher Connor Manola.
The pitch by Manola popped up down the right field line. Second baseman out in shallow right makes the catch. And there's 2 gone. Now it'll bring up Nick Ray now, with nobody on and 2 out, and the Lions down 1-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. Coach Reiser wanders down the line, calls timeout, and has Nick Ray come over and talk to him and try and extend this inning just a little bit, give his starter a little chance to rest. As quick inning so far. Nick Ray comes in hitting .250. Tied for second on the ball club coming into the ball game. Number 9 hitter in the order tonight. And the pitch by Palmer. Catches the outside corner for a strike. Right-hander winds and delivers. There's a strike over the outside corner. Running away outside at 95. 0-2 the count on Nick Ray. Time granted the hitter is Palmer, a very quick worker. 0-2 the count as Ray settles back into the box, and Palmer right to work. Flicks that one foul. Stays 0-2. Well, the right-hander with the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball down and in. And it's a 1-2 count now. Just one base runner reached so far for the Lions. That was the leadoff hitter, Kellers. There's a ground ball to the right side. Chopped off the handle by Ray. He'll hustle it down the line, but the throw from the second baseman, DeBrule, will beat him to first, and that'll be it for the Lions in the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left as the Lions go up and down in order. Still 1-0 Jacksonville as we head to the fourth on the Southeastern Sports Network.
The countdown to Katy has begun. The Southland Conference Basketball Tournament at the Merrill Center in Katy, Texas. Experience it live as Southland strong teams compete for a tournament title and a chance to go to the dance. It's affordable family fun and great college hoops action. Tickets for the Southland Conference Basketball Tournament are on sale through school ticket offices and Ticketmaster.com.
Lions trailing in the ball game 1-0.
Jacksonville, number 2, shortstop, Dakota Jalaya.
Shortstop Dakota Jalila will lead things off. Took a call, third strike, his first trip up. Took that pitch for a ball. 1-0 the count. And Schaefer into the fourth inning now. He's fanned 7. That one fouled out of play down the right field line. Well, Palmer has fanned 6 through 3, and all 6 of those came in a row. Schaefer has fanned 7 in 3 as this one hit out to center field. It'll hang up there. A nice, easy one for Tyler Finke. And there's one gone. Well, it brings up the DH, Jacob Southern. Took a call, third strike, his first trip up. He's 0 for 1.
33, designated hitter, Jacob Southern.
Well, left-hander winds and delivers, and the changeup stays upstairs. One out, nobody on. And the 1-0 from Schaefer. That one caught the outside corner. 1-1 the count. Now those flags still a-fluttering in as the wind out of the north tonight. That one downstairs. Of course, it was supposed to, it's going to dissipate over the course of the night, but at the same time, the temperature is also going to drop as well. Here's a 2-1. There's a chopper back over the mound near the bag at second, picked by Keller. He'll toss on to first. Nice play. And there's 2 gone.
Number 32.
Oh, it'll bring up the left fielder, Langston Provitt, the number 9 hitter in the order. Singled his first trip up. That was back in his second. The pitch down and in. Right-handed hitter. Schaefer's pitch hit out to center. It's going to hang up there for Finke. He'll make the catch, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Schaefer, who's kind of settled into this ball game after a rough first inning. Lions trail 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the fourth on the Southeastern Sports Network.
What do you love most about being a student athlete at Southeastern?
So I chose teammates for life because on our golf team, nobody's from the same spot, but the friendships we've made, once we graduate, I know we'll always be friends, we'll always see each other, we'll always come back and visit.
Evan Keller leads off for the Lions here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Southeastern down 1-0 in the ball game. As we're coming up on the top of the hour. First pitch strike in there from the right-hander. Lines and delivers. And there's a humpback liner knocked down by the second baseman, but it caroms into center field, and there's a base hit. That'll bring up center fielder Tyler Finke. Struck out his first trip up.
Batting for the Lions, number 2, center fielder Tyler Finke.
Runner going, swing and a miss on the pitch. Throw down is not in time as Keller in with a stolen base, his second of the year at stolen base. Brought to you by Cerritos Grill and Cantina, serving Latin cuisine since 2007. All runner in scoring position with the Lions down 1-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. Well, the pitch down and away with the breaking ball. A 1-1 the count. Lays down the bunt. That'll roll up the third baseline. The throw to first is not in time. He beats it out. A bunt base hit as the runner advances. It'll bring up Champ Artigues with runners on the corners and nobody out.
Number 4, second baseman Champ Artigues.
Well, Lions down 1-0, but threatening here in the bottom of the fourth. Artigues took a call, third strike, his first trip up. Keller at third, Finke at first. Would think that Finke will be attempting to swipe the bag here, and he will draw a throw over at first. Toss over to first again, and back in safely Finke. Keller at third, Finke at first. Right-hander sets at the belt, and the pitch, runner at first going, and he'll take it without a throw. So another stolen base brought to you by Sarita's Grill and Cantina, home of the daily lunch buffet. The Lions with a pair in scoring position and the count 1-0 here on Artigues. Infield in on the corners for Jacksonville. Middle infield back at double play depth. And the pitch downstairs, check swing. They appeal to third. He did not go, and the count now 2-0. It's a beautiful, clear night tonight. Unfortunately, we're headed down below freezing this evening. Here's the 2-0 pitch. There's a ground ball right side. That gets the tying run home. Finke heads to third as Artigues picks up the RBI on the 4-3 ground out. And it's all tied up at 1 now here in the bottom of the fourth inning. It'll bring up Preston Faulkner, the Lion first baseman now. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Number 22, first baseman Preston Faulkner.
Well, the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Now we've got identical line scores. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. And the breaking ball. This is outside of the right-handed hitter. Infield pulled in all the way around now for the Dolphins. Outfield playing Faulkner straight away, if not maybe a little shallow in left. And the pitch, there's a swing and a miss at a breaking ball. That's now 50 pitches in the ball game for the right-hander Palmer, 33 of them for strikes. Time granted to the hitter, 33 strikes in 3 1/3, and he struck out 6. The 1-1 way outside. That one almost got away to the backstop. 2-1 the count. One out, runner at third, a 1-1 ball game, bottom of 4. Well, the pitch by Palmer. Down and away, 3-1 the count. Palmer a year ago, 5-4 with a 4.55 earned run average. The pitch, swing and a miss at a breaking ball. And it's a full count now on Faulkner. Finke at third with 1 down. Bunt base hit, stole second, advanced to third on Artigues' RBI ground out. The 3-2. Ground ball back to the mound, bobbles it, he'll go to first, but it was just enough to not get anything at the plate, and Palmer's trying to say that the weird bounce and ricochet should have been a foul ball off the foot of Faulkner. Well, head coach Chris Hayes is out talking with home plate umpire Myron Miller about that. And it's tough to tell from the replay on the Southeastern Sports Network. It happened so quickly, but there was definitely a change of direction from that ground ball where it hit and then carrying them back to the pitcher. So did it hit with enough backspin that it spun it the other way, or did it hit off of the foot of Faulkner? That's the question. And the umpiring crew will huddle up first base side of the mound to discuss what they saw. And the run will stand, as will the out. And Faulkner drives in a run. Ground ball back to the mound. And with that, the Lions lead it now 2-1. There's 2 outs and nobody on.
Number 23, designated.
But they lead it 2-1 now here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That one misses to Jacob Burke. There's a ground ball to the right side, scooped up by DeBrule, and the toss to first is in time. And Palmer gets 3 outs after the back-to-back infield singles, and it is now 2-1. The Lions lead at 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left, and we head to the 5th here on the Southeastern Sports Network.
The Southland Conference, 13 member institutions, over 4,200 student athletes, achieving success in the classroom while excelling in 19 NCAA Division I sports and making a difference through serving others and giving back to the community. Determination, hard work, commitment, excellence, and collaboration. Together, we are Southeastern!
Well, we head to the 5th inning now with the Lions up 2-1 in the ball game. Trey Schaefer with a lead now, and he'll face the top of the Jacksonville order as Ruben Samayan, the center fielder, will lead things off. The 0-1 upstairs. Schaefer with the sign. Infield playing in on the corners. The 1-1. Down and away. Well, Schaefer will get a new baseball from home plate umpire. Harrington still playing in at third. The pitch by Schaefer. There's a little chopper first base side. Schaefer can't pick it. He tried to pick it with his glove, and he can't. And that will be an error on the pitcher, Schaefer. I'll bring up DeBrule, the second baseman. Well, Samayan on at first. Lefty-lefty matchup here. DeBrule 1 for 2 in the ball game, and he fouls that pitch back into the screen. 0-1 the count on DeBrule, who grounded out to third his last trip up. But he scored the Jacksonville run in the first inning after a one-out single. Pitch by the lefty, and it's foul back into the screen. 0-2 the count. No activity in the Lion bullpen, but they are ready to jump to action at a moment's notice here. Schaefer, after a rough first inning, kind of settled in. It's 76 pitches here in the fifth, so he's still got some wiggle room here. 48 pitches for strikes. The 0-2 pitch upstairs. They struck out 7 in the first 3 innings, retired the side in order in the fourth. The leadoff hitter reaches on an error on a little nubber up the first baseline that Schaefer tried to pick with his glove and just left it on the turf. Time granted to the hitter. Left-hander sets at the shoulders. He'll toss to first. He's got him leaning. Faulkner pump fakes and will chase down DeBrule for the out, or excuse me, Samayan for the out. Oh, 1 gone. Two and 2 the count. Schaefer winds with nobody on now, and that one is an inside-out swing, just foul. Up the third baseline. Jacksonville scored their run in the first. Lions tied it up with 2 in the bottom of the fourth. We're in the top of the took the lead, tied it up and took the lead in the fourth. We're in the top of the fifth now. And the pitch downstairs. Oh, it's a full count now on DeBrule. Pitch by Schaefer, fouled off again. Temperature's only dropped a couple of degrees since the first pitch tonight. We're sitting at 46 right now, low of around 30. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And that one is hit through the left side. Second hit of the ball game for DeBrule. He'll round the bag at first and stop there. Well, base hit through the left side with 1 out. And it'll bring up Anthony George, the catcher. He's 0 for 1. He's walked. And his last trip up, he flied out.
Catcher Anthony George.
No runner at first, 1 down. Tomorrow's high 58 and sunny, and then Sunday we're back to the mid-60s. It looks like somewhat good weather for Mardi Gras. Maybe some rain on Monday, but Mardi Gras Day looks to be maybe a little overcast, but temps in the mid-60s and no rain. Left-hander. The pitch downstairs. 1-0 the count. Samayan reached on Schaefer's fielding error, and then he picked him off of first base. He's keeping an eye on DeBrule over there. And And the pitch. There's a swing and a miss. Fastball running away. That's 1-1. Well, lots of parades planned here in South Louisiana this weekend and into early next week. Hopefully your Mardi Gras season is a safe and happy one. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss. We'll have plenty of baseball. And then tomorrow, basketball doubleheader at the UC. 1 o'clock for the Lady Lions. The men tip off at 4. They'll have the radio network tomorrow. We'll be all 3 basketball games and the baseball game tomorrow will be on the Southeastern Sports Network video-wise. We'll be with you here at the Pat. Another toss to first. Back in safely is DeBrule. She had to attempt to steal this year. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Radar gun looks like it's conked out here in the cold weather. That may have been a changeup. He had him out in front, leaning for it. Swing and a miss. That is strikeout number 8 in the ball game for Schaefer.
Number 18.
Now 2 gone, and it brings up the right fielder and cleanup hitter, Corey Heffron, who's 0 for 1. Hit by a pitch in the first and struck out his last trip up. Lions lead it 2-1, top of the 5th inning. And Schaefer again goes to first. Heffron, a right-handed hitter. 2 down here, top of 5. And the second baseman DeBrule over at first. The pitch, check swing on a changeup, back to the mound. Little dribbler. Schaefer fields, tosses on to first, and that'll be it in the inning. No runs on a hit. There was 1 Lion error, 1 runner left on base, and halfway through this one tonight, the Lions lead it by a score of 2-1 here on the Southeastern Sports Network.
What do you love most about being a student athlete at Southeastern?
So I chose teammates for life because on our golf team, nobody's from the same spot, but the friendships we've made once we graduate, I know we'll always be friends, we'll always see each other, we'll always come back and visit.
Lions will send up Brandon Hale to lead things off. This is 6, 7, 8 in the order due up for the Lions to face the hard-throwing right-hander Trent Palmer. Halfway through this one, 1 run for Jacksonville on 3 hits, no errors. The Lions with 2 runs on 2 hits, and they have committed 1 error.
For your Lions, number 11, right fielder, Brandon Hale.
Oh, Hale took a call, 3rd strike his first trip up. He is 0 for 1 in the ball game. And the right-hander Palmer has been a quick worker so far. Winds and the first pitch, a breaking ball, and therefore a strike. Radar gun back, and that curve registered at 65. This fastball has been in the 94 to 95 mile an hour range most of the night. Here's the 0-1 outside. The breeze picking up a little more coming in from left field. The 1-1 pitch. Bell tie strike. 1-2 the count. Next pitch will be Palmer's 60th of the ball game. 1-2, ground ball off the mound, up the middle, picked by the shortstop Jalila, and the throw to first is in time. The Atlantic Sun all-defensive shortstop last season, Dakota Jalila, on that play. To bring up Trey Harrington. Struck out his first trip up. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Palmer, the pitch. Breaking ball down and away. Two o'clock first pitch for Saturday. That's in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. We'll have just the digital network. We'll have video. That's through YouTube. If you haven't heard about the Southeastern Sports Network yet, here's the 1-1. There's a swing and a miss by Harrington. Pay-per-view is no longer an issue. And, well, YouTube makes it where you can find it very easily on multiple devices. So really no excuse. And with baseball, and in the case with basketball as well for those broadcasts, we tie in the radio broadcast. That one foul back to the screen. YouTube.com/SLU Athletics. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel. And then it'll be easy to find in your subscriptions. You can also set up reminders for the events already scheduled. As there's a ground ball chopper. Slow roller to third. Barehanded pick. The throw to first is not in time. And Harrington will beat that one out. Another infield hit for the Lions. That'll bring up Connor Manola. But yeah, with YouTube, we're talking the YouTube app on your phone or tablet or your smart TV device. So yeah, you got Roku or an Amazon Fire Stick or an Apple TV. Just use the YouTube app and you can watch the game on TV. You can watch it on your laptop as well, but makes it a lot easier. And through our partnership with Blue Frame this year, scorebug on the screen, graphics, yeah, it's like a real TV broadcast. I don't want to know the count on Manola. Runner goes on the pitch, swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Harrington, did he get around the backside? He did. And he's in safely with a stolen base, his first of the year. That steal brought to you by Sarita's Grill and Cantina. Open until 10 Thursday through Saturday. Manola with a runner in scoring position now and one down. The other thing, if you have the Lions Game Day Experience app, there's a 1-1 down and in. Because you can check in when you show up at the game, but it's also got all that stuff right there in the palm of your hand. You can watch the broadcasts or listen to the radio broadcasts as well through that app. I'm just making it easier to find things. And of course, you can listen online through KSLU.org or Lionsports.net or the TuneIn Radio app. If you have that already, that's what you need to listen to the game. Here's a 3-1. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. He'll scoop and toss on to first as Harrington advances to third. 2 gone in the inning.
Number 12, left fielder, Nick Ray.
At the plate, Nick Ray now. Runner at third and 2 down. Lions leading it 2-1. Bottom of the 5th. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Harrington an infield single. He stole second, advanced to third on Manola's ground out. The 1-1 to Ray. Strike at the knees. 1-2 the count. Deep breath by Palmer. And he'll deliver. Swing and a miss. Catcher will have to throw down. It is in time. And that'll be it for the Lions in the inning. No runs on a hit. No errors. One left. We'll head to the 6th. Lions lead it 2-1 here on the Southeastern Sports Network.
It's time for the University Donut Dash.
The Southland Conference. 13 member institutions, over 4,200 student athletes, achieving success in the classroom while excelling in 19 NCAA Division I sports and making a difference through serving others and giving back to the community. Determination, hard work, commitment, excellence, and collaboration. Together, we are Southeastern!
Trey Schaefer back out for the Lions. He'll face Coypel, Moffitt, and Jalila. That's 5, 6, 7 in the Jacksonville order. Well, the first baseman, Christian Coypel, does not have an official at bat tonight. He's walked and been hit by a pitch. He drew the bases loaded walk that forced in the Jacksonville run in the first inning. The 1-0 pitch by Schaefer. Foul back to the screen. And on a cold night, that was the 90th pitch of the ball game for Schaefer. 57 of them for strikes. The 1-1. Lofted out to left field. Nick Ray will drift in and over toward the line to make the grab. And there's one gone. Well, it brings up, it brings up Stephen Moffitt, but it also brings out Coach Reiser. There has been some activity in the bullpen, and this is as far as Schaefer went in his opening night start, 5 1/3. And that is going to be it. And it looks like it might be the same thing as opening night. It looks like Will Warren coming in out of the bullpen. We'll know for sure when we return in 1 minute. Lions lead it 2-1, top of the 6th. Here on the Southeastern Sports Network.
The Southland Conference, 13 member institutions, over 4,200 student athletes, achieving success in the classroom while excelling in 19 NCAA Division I sports and making a difference through serving others and giving back to the community. Determination, hard work, commitment, excellence, and collaboration. Together, we are Southeastern!
For the Lions, and he takes over with one out and nobody on here in the sixth inning, and he's got four right-handed batters due up in a row here for Jacksonville as the junior right-hander from Brandon, Mississippi takes over. 6'2", 175. He's appeared in one ball game. That was in relief. No wins or losses. He does have a save, a 0 ERA, 3 2/3 innings. Gave up one run. It was unearned on 3 hits. Didn't walk anybody and struck out 6. Opponent's hitting .231 off the right-hander. He'll wind and deliver. And the first pitch fastball is fouled out of play by Stephen Moffitt. Schaefer leaves as the pitcher of record. The Lions up 2-1. In the top of the sixth inning, and we'll get you the final line on the left-hander coming up here in just a bit. The 0-2 missed off the outside corner. Right-hander into his windup. There's a ground ball to the right side, scooped up by Artigues, and the throw to first is in time. 2 gone. For Schaefer, 5 1/3 innings, 1 run. It was earned on 3 hits. He walked 2, hit a pair, and struck out 8. So through his first 10 2/3 innings, Schaefer has struck out 18 batters. As he was not the Southland Conference Pitcher of the Week, but he was an honorable mention for the award here, the first one of the year. Here's the 1-0 pitch downstairs. It's 2-0 now to Dakota Jalila. 2 out, nobody on. And the pitch by Warren. There's a swing and a miss. 90-mile-an-hour fastball over the inside corner. Here's a 2-1. Ground ball to the right side, almost the same spot. Artigue scoops it up, tosses on to first, and Will Warren retires to the final 2 batters in the inning. And combined, the Lions retire the side in order. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th, with the Lions leading at 2-1 here on the Southeastern Sports Network.
What do you love most about being a student athlete at Southeastern?
So I chose teammates for life because on our golf team, nobody's from the same spot, but the friendships we've made once we graduate, I know we'll always be friends, we'll always see each other, we'll always come back and visit.
Right-hander Palmer, who has thrown 72 pitches through his first 5 innings of work. Keller, Finke, and Artigues. This is the part of the order that generated the Lions 2 runs back in the 4th inning. Right-hander delivers, fastball strike, 93, so he hasn't lost much off of it here as we head into the 6th inning. Caught the outside corner for a strike on the right-handed hitting Keller. Shows bunt, breaking ball, caught the corner again. 0-2 the count. Keller had a humpback liner base hit off the glove of the second baseman. Leading off the 4th. Takes that one outside. 1-2 the count. Stole second, then Finke bunted. Was a sacrifice bunt that was really good combined with his speed, so it goes down as a base hit. Then he steals second, and then back-to-back groundouts score the Lions 2 runs that tie up the game and then give them the lead. Jacksonville's run came in the 1st with 1 out, as Schaefer, after striking out the leadoff hitter on 3 pitches, gave up a single, a walk, hit a batter, and then another walk. As that one down and away. Full count now on Evan Keller, who worked a walk to open up the ball game in the bottom of the 1st. The Lions was caught stealing. 3-2. Called strike 3. That is the 8th strikeout now for Trent Palmer. He fanned 6 consecutive batters. Finke, Artigues, Faulkner, Burke, Hale, and Harrington from the 1st through the 3rd. And then he got Nick Ray to end the 5th, and now Keller to start the 6th. So all of his strikeouts have come in bunches. There's a strike on Finke. That one just off the corner, 1-1 the count. Quick worker, here's the pitch. That's in there for a strike. Took a little something off of it. 1-2 the count. The 1-2 to Finke. Down and away, breaking ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They shade Finke to hit the other way in the outfield. Center fielder in and over toward right center a bit, and the right fielder in. There's a swing and a miss. One downstairs, and down on strikes goes Finke. So that's 9 strikeouts now, and 3 in a row, dating back to last inning. 2 out, nobody on, and it brings up Champ Artigues. Lions lead it 2-1. Bottom of the 6th inning. Each team with 3 hits in the ball game. The pitch by Palmer. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Artigues 0 for 2, a strikeout and an RBI ground out. The 0-1. Down and in. 94. On a pitch down and in on a cold night here in the 6th inning from Palmer. He's at 85 pitches at this point. So he's been fairly efficient for the high strikeout total. Here's the 1-1. There's a ground ball to the 3rd baseman, scooped up by baseman.
Number 22, first baseman, Preston Faulkner.
Oh, runner at second with 2 down. And the the first pitch to Faulkner misses down and away. Oh, 1-0 the count. Faulkner settles into the box. Look back to second in the pitch. There's a strike over the outside corner. Well, the 1-1. Down and away. 2 balls and a strike. So the next pitch will be Palmer's 90th of the ball game. 56 strikes and 89 pitches for the right-hander so far. Looks back to second. Artigues extends his lead. There's a swing and a miss by Faulkner. 2-out runner at second for the Lions, who lead it 2-1, bottom of the 6th inning. Back to action tomorrow at 2 o'clock. No radio tomorrow. We'll have basketball on the radio network, but we will have video for you. And then back here, full across-the-board coverage on Sunday, 1 o'clock first pitch for the series finale. This is the first meeting between these two ball clubs on the baseball diamond. These schools have met in the past in football, here in Strawberry Stadium, in fact. It's been a few years. The 2-2 to Faulkner. Swing and a miss. He's down on strikes, and that'll end the inning. But for the Lions, let's see. No runs, no hits. There was an error and a runner left on base. And we will head to the 7th. Still 2-1 Lions here on the Southeastern.
The Southland Conference. 13 member institutions, over 4,200 student athletes, achieving success in the classroom while excelling in 19 NCAA Division I sports and making a difference through serving others and giving back to the community. Determination, hard work, commitment, excellence, and collaboration. Together, we are Southeastern!
Top of the 7th inning, Lions lead this one 2-1. Good old-fashioned pitcher's duel in the series opener tonight. And the pitch fouled out of play by Jacob Southern, leading things off. 8-9-1 in the Jacksonville order, due up to face Will Warren, who's on in relief. Came in, got the final 2 outs last inning. The 0-1 upstairs with a fastball. Schaefer fan 9, and I think that Palmer is sitting at 10 now. He is. 1 walk and 10 strikeouts. Well, the 1-1 foul back out of play. So a combined 18 strikeouts, as Schaefer has 8. I'm sorry. I think I said 9, but 18 strikeouts through the first 6 innings combined. As that one down and away, 2-2 the count. Right-hander winds on the pitch, and it's popped foul out of play down the first baseline. Talked about it in the pregame show on Lion Game Day, but if you didn't join us that early, these two ball clubs, despite never having played each other on the diamond, as there's a swing and a miss, down on strikes goes Southern. They still have something in common, a mutual connection, so to speak, as it brings up the left fielder Langston Provitt. 1 for 2. He singled in the second and flew out to center field in the fourth inning. Right-handed hitter. And showing bunt, takes that one outside from Will Warren. The 1-0 pitch. It's in there for a strike. See, the Dolphins are in the Atlantic Sun Conference. They used to be in the Sun Belt, but now they are in the Atlantic Sun. And they joined the Atlantic Sun, which was previously known as the Trans-America Athletic Conference, the TAC, back in 1998. Well, that just so happens to be the conference the Lions left to join the Southland. Here's a 1-2 pitch. In 97, the final the final baseball season was 97, so it was 97-98 was the first year for the Lions in the Southland. So it was a year gap. As there's a swing and a miss. And Provitt is down on strikes. That's 10 in the ballgame now for Lion pitching. And it's back to the top of the order for Ruben Samayan,
Center fielder Ruben Samayan,
who is 0 for 3 tonight, a pair of strikeouts, and reached on an error. A fielding error by the pitcher Schaefer. So there was a year gap between the Lions leaving the TAC and Jacksonville joining. So it's not like they directly replace the Lions, but they have that connection of having played in the same conference. The TAC rebranded as the Atlantic Sun during the 01-02 school year. So the fall of 01, the first year that the Trans-America Athletic Conference was known as the A-Sun. That's in there for a strike. Of course, conference affiliations have changed quite a bit over the years. Lions were in attack with Centenary and Samford and Campbell, which was in North Carolina. There's another strike. UCF over Central Florida over in Orlando, and FIU. Here's the 0-2. Called strike 3. Warren fans his side in quick order here in the 7th. We've hit the stretch. It's a 2-1 Lion lead here on the Southeastern Sports Network.
The countdown to Katy has begun. The Southland Conference Basketball Tournament at the Merrill Center in Katy, Texas. Experience it live as Southland strong teams compete for a tournament title and a chance to go to the dance. It's affordable family fun and great college hoops action. Tickets for the Southland Conference Basketball Tournament are on sale through school ticket offices and Ticketmaster.com.
New pitcher for Jacksonville as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. They've got a left-hander on the mound now, and we'll find out more about him and let you know.
Now pitching for Jacksonville, number 34.
Number 34, the left-hander Tyler Nauman, is a junior out of Jacksonville, so a homegrown product. 6 feet tall, 195-pound lefty. And let's see, we'll tell you about him here as to what he's done so far this year. He's appeared in 3 games so far. So this is his 4th appearance in Jacksonville's 4th game now. They're 1-4 coming into play tonight. 3 scoreless innings in relief. No wins, losses, or saves. He's only allowed 1 hit, but he's walked 3, struck out 4. Opponent's hitting 111. Off of the left-hander, who starts off Jacob Burke with a strike. Naumann, Nauman. And that one's foul back. Clangs off the pole in the backstop. And it's 0-2. Hits even at 3 apiece. Both teams have committed an error in the ball game, and the Lions lead in the runs column, which at the end of the night is what counts. By a score of 2-1. Here's the 1-2 from Nauman. He's working just as quickly as Palmer did. Not throwing nearly as hard. Burke 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. That one inside, and it hit him. He'll head down to first. First time the Lions have been hit by a pitch tonight. Schaefer hit a pair in his 5 1/3 inning stint. For Burke, I think that's the 2nd time this year he's been hit by a pitch. He was hit by one the other night against UL Lafayette. Is it? No, it is his first time. Well, he's over at first base now. He's 1 for 1 in steal attempts. There's a swing and a miss by Brandon Hale. He chased a pitch up at his eyes. Well, the Lions have the leadoff hitter aboard here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Left-hander will toss over to first. Now the breeze has shifted a bit, and it's coming in from straightaway center. Just enough to make the flags flutter a bit. Not a stiff breeze, but it's enough on a cold night like tonight. It makes a difference. Decent lead. Burke is going. Pitch up and away, and the throw is high, not in time. Into center field. Burke headed to third. That's going to be another stolen base for the Lions. Brought to you, of course, by Sarita's Grill and Cantina. Opening at 11 every day. So now Burke is at third with nobody out. And the count 1-1 on Hale. Infield in all the way around for Jacksonville. And the pitch from Nauman is downstairs. 2-1 the count on Hale. Took a called third strike in the 2nd inning against Palmer when he was dealing. And then grounded out to short back in the 5th. The 2-1. There's a swing and a foul tip. It's been a while since we've seen somebody that dominant on the mound here at the Pat for an opposing team. Palmer fanned 6 consecutive batters from the 1st through the 3rd, touching 95 a couple times on the radar gun. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. It didn't break back over the plate in time, and down on strikes goes Hale. 1 gone. So that's 11 strikeouts now for Jacksonville pitching. That's a combined 22 strikeouts in this game, and we're in the bottom of the 7th. Trey Harrington at the plate. 1 for 2, an infield single his last trip up. That pitch up and away from Nauman. Struck out his first trip to the plate. It was the final strikeout in that 6-batter stretch for Palmer. The 1-0 pitch. Changeup floated in there, foul out of play. 1-1 the count. Burke singled, was hit by a pitch, then stole second and advanced to third on a throwing error by the catcher. Well, he's 90 feet away. The Lions leading by a run in the 7th. In the dirt, blocked by the catcher, George. We'll keep the runner at third. Two and one the count. Here's the stretch in the pitch by Nauman. Swing and a miss. Harrington chased one upstairs. Checking on some scores around the Southland Conference. A couple finals in earlier. Ball State defeated Houston Baptist 5-3 in 11 innings in Houston. Called strike 3. Harrington took a breaking ball, and that's back-to-back strikeouts now for Nauman. And 2 down. Northwestern State defeated North Alabama 8-2, and UNO on the road defeated Arkansas State 5-4. Manola is going to walk up the line to talk with Coach Reiser. Bottom of the 8th inning in San Antonio at the Alamo Irish Classic. Notre Dame leads Incarnate Word 12-1. Down in Thibodaux at the Mardi Gras tournament, Nichols leading Little Rock 4-3. Top of the 6th inning in Corpus Christi, Texas at the Kleberg Bank College Classic. Texas A&M Corpus Christi leads Utah 1-0. That being played at Whataburger Field, where the 2020 Southland Conference Tournament will be held on the bay in Corpus Christi. That one outside. Speaking of Corpus Christi, they will also host the 2020 Southland Conference Beach Volleyball Championships on the beach, literally on the beach in Corpus Christi, Texas in, I think that is mid to late April. Speaking of beach volleyball, the count runs to 2-0 on Connor Manola here. They will be hosting an open inter-squad scrimmage tomorrow at 11 a.m. over at the Southeastern Beach Volleyball Complex. It's behind the right field wall of softball in North Oak Park as Manola fouls that one off. They will be facing their first action as a collegiate program. The same weekend, the Lions head up to Conway to open up Southland Conference play March 6th and 7th. Two-1, the Lions lead, bottom of the 7th. Runner at third, 2 down. 2-1 the count on Manola. Breaking ball down, it's 3-1. And Utah has just tied it up in the top of the 6th inning. 1-1 the score there in Corpus Christi. Speaking of Central Arkansas, bottom of the 5th inning in Hattiesburg, and they lead Southern Miss 5-0. Ground ball deep in the hole. It's short. Jalila, long throw to first. Is it in time? And it is. My, what a play by the shortstop from Jacksonville. And that saves a run for the Dolphins as the Lions trying to get an insurance run home, but no runs, no hits. There was one error, one runner left on base, and we will head on to the 8th. Still a 2-1 Lion lead here on the Southeastern Sports Network.
American Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Southeastern Athletics and the Southeastern Sports.
The countdown to Katy has begun. The Southland Conference Basketball Tournament at the Merrill Center in Katy, Texas. Experience it live as Southland Strong teams compete for a tournament title and a chance to go to the dance. It's affordable family fun and great college hoops action. Tickets for the Southland Conference Basketball Tournament are on sale through school ticket offices and Ticketmaster.com.
Top of the 8th inning. We're just after 8 o'clock. Scott DeBrule leading things off. That one fouled out of play. Harrington playing in a bit at third. Warren delivers, and a left-handed hitter chases one downstairs on a breaking ball. 1-2 the count. The 1-2. Fastball upstairs. Count evens out at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 from the right-hander, and that one's fouled out of play. So we gave you some scores. We didn't get all the way through the scoreboard, so let's give you a few more here in the top of the 8th inning. Lamar on the road, taking on a former conference foe in Texas State over in San Marcos. Lamar leads 2-0, top of the 8th in the Texas Hill Country. We told you bottom of the 5th in Hattiesburg and Central Arkansas with a big 5-0 lead over a very good Southern Miss ball club. They'll be here in a couple of weeks. In fact, I think that's on the backside of the trip to Conway. I need to confirm that. I know it's after that, but I'm not sure if it's that very next week. The count runs full here on the hitter DeBrule. The 3-2. Foul out of play again. Actually, it's not. The right after the trip to Conway to open conference, the Lions go back up north Louisiana to Louisiana Tech, then step back out of conference. Their open week is early this year. As this one hit to left, it's over the head of Nick Ray, spinning around. It gets over his head, and that is going to go as a double. Well, that's a 2-bagger all the way. As the Lions were playing in, and DeBrule got one to keep carrying over the head of Nick Ray in left field. Well, the potential tying run now in scoring position with nobody out. Anthony George at the plate. 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. Struck out his last trip up. That was against Schaefer, though. Faulkner playing in at first. Harrington about 2 feet off the bag at third. That's in there for a strike. Artigues playing near the bag at second, while Keller around in the hole at short. In Nacogdoches at the SFA tournament, SIU Edwardsville and the host, Stephen F. Alston, tied at 1, bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball outside. Bottom of the 5th in Huntsville. Sam Houston State leads Loyola Marymount 7-2. And bottom of the 2nd out on the West Coast, Abilene Christian and UC Santa Barbara are scoreless. That's bottom of 2. Look back to second, Warren. The pitch, foul out of play. And of course here, Top of the 8th inning. The Lions lead it 2-1. Jacksonville with a runner at second and nobody out. The pitch popped foul, drifting back out of play. 1-2 the count here on George. Warren will toe the rubber. Keller playing deep in the hole at short. He's going to creep in a little bit, but he's still way back. He's out in the outfield grass. The 1-2. Ground ball to third. Harrington scoops, looks gone.
Number 18, right fielder.
Brings up right fielder Corey Heffron now. Hit by a pitch, a strikeout, and comebacker to the mound. Officially 0 for 2 in the ball game. Runner at second and 1 down. Oh, long look in here. Warren will get the sign and come set. And fastball catches a corner for a strike. Sets at the letters, looks at second, and now delivers. Check swing upstairs. He winces the home plate umpire. 0-2 the count now on Heffron. DeBrule with a lead off a second. Potential tying run with 1 down. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball up a bit. Trying to see if he'd chase another one up there. Count now 1-2. Jacksonville scored their run in the first inning with 1 down. Lions scored 2 in the 4th. Look back to second. Another look back in the 1-2. High and tight. And it's a 2-2 count now as things even out. A look to second and the pitch. That one's fouled out of play. Jacksonville rebranded fairly recently, within the last 2 years, I think. And it's a darker green than the Lions. And they're green and gold, but the gold is, it's the old gold. Well, the right-hander sets at the letters, looks back to second. Another look back, and now delivers. Swing and a miss, breaking ball. Chased 1 downstairs, and that's 2 gone. Oh, it'll bring up the first baseman, Christian Coypel, who was officially 0 for 1 tonight. Was the final batter that Schaefer faced. Retired him leading off the 6th inning. Drew the bases loaded walk that forced in the run in the first, was hit by a pitch in the 3rd, and then he flied out to open up the 6th inning. Oh, he's facing Warren for the first time with a runner at second and 2 down in a 1-run ball game. There's a strike of the outside corner. Some stirring in the Jacksonville bullpen as a right-hander starts to get loose. The 0-1. Downstairs. Lions have been out hit 4-3 in the ball game. 1-1 down and away. DeBrule led off the inning with a double over the head of Nick Ray in left. Warren then got a ground out and a strikeout. 2 outs. Look to second. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Change up. And it's 2-2 now on Coypel. Lions lead it 2-1, top of the 8th. Look back to second in the pitch. It's fouled out of play down the left field line. It's Jacksonville Ball Club. Very good historical club, 15 regional appearances. Last made a regional 2 years ago. Last year, them and the Lions nearly identical records. Lions had one more win, 33-27 compared to 32-27. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Up and away, full count. Warren sets at the letters, looks at the runner at second and delivers. Swing and a miss, and he did it again. Gets out of the inning. He fanned a pair. That gives Will 5 strikeouts in the ballgame. 13 now for Lion pitching, and he strands the potential tying run at second. Oh, in the inning, no runs on a hit. No errors, 1 man left. And we'll head to the bottom of the 8th. The Lions leading.
The Southland Conference, 13 member institutions, over 4,200 student athletes, achieving success in the classroom while excelling in 19 NCAA Division I sports and making a difference through serving others and giving back to the community. Determination, hard work, commitment, excellence, and collaboration. Together, we are Southeastern!
He pops up to the shortstop.
Now batting number 6, shortstop.
And there's one gone. Oh, it's back to the top of the order now for Evan Keller. And the first pitch in there for a strike from the left-hander Nallman. One and one the count. One out, nobody on. Lions up by a run in the 8th, and the pitch hits this one the other way. Slow rollers. Second baseman will scoop it up, and DeBrule will toss on to first. I'm going to bring up Tyler Finke now with 2 down. Brings up, a 1-for-3 night for Finke. Infield single and a run scored in the fourth. Otherwise, he has struck out twice, bookending that base hit. Oh, he's at the plate with 2 down, nobody on here in the 8th, and the Lions with a 2-1 lead. Takes the first pitch strike. Left-hander Nallman. This one hit to center. Over to his right is Samayan to make the catch, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Lions at the plate. So we will roll on to the 9th. It's still 2-1 Lions here on the Southeastern Sports Network.
What do you love most about being a student athlete at Southeastern?
So I chose teammates for life because on our golf team, nobody's from the same spot, but the friendships we've made, once we graduate, I know we'll always be friends, we'll always see each other, we'll always come back and visit.
The thing that does matter is that I have the skill and the drive to succeed in school and sports.
Visit ncaa.org/opportunity to learn more.
Will Warren starts off Stephen Moffitt with a strike out in front 0-1. Check swing, he went, and it's 0-2. Moffitt 0-for-3 with a pair of strikeouts tonight. Lion pitching his fan 13. 7 combined hits in this game. The strikeouts are in the mid-20s combined. The 0-2, and another one to the total. He takes a called strike 3 on the outside corner. That's 3 consecutive for the second time in the ball game for Warren. Fan the side in the 7th. And it'll bring up the shortstop, Dakota Jalila. Jalila, a strikeout, a fly out, and a ground out as he takes the first pitch from Warren for a ball. Oh, vying for his second save of the season is Will Warren. The count goes to 2-0. That's a strike. The pitch, ground ball, hot shot to the second baseman, and Artigue scoops it up, tosses on to first, and there's 2 gone.
Number 33, designated hitter, Jacob Southern.
Well, Jacob Southern at the plate. On the pitch, downstairs. swing and a miss. The 1-1. Down and in. 2-1 the count. 2 out, nobody on. Lions leading it 2-1 in the ninth, and Will Warren's going to take a walk back of the mound, collect his thoughts, and head back to the rubber. The 2-1 pitch. Pop foul and out of play down the right field line. Well, the count even out now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Warren. Time granted to the hitter. He'll step out of the box. That's Jacob Southern, the DH. He's 0 for 3 tonight with a pair of strikeouts. The 2-2. Fouled it off to stay alive. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. That's the ball game. And it takes 2 hours and 20 minutes exactly to wrap this one up tonight as the Lions win it by a score of 2-1 and improve to 2-2 on the season. They take the opener from the Dolphins of Jacksonville. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and we'll come back to wrap this one up. This is the Southeastern Sports Network.
The countdown to Katy has begun. The Southland Conference Basketball Tournament at the Merrill Center in Katy, Texas. Experience it live as Southland strong teams compete for a tournament title and a chance to go to the dance. It's affordable family fun and great college hoops action. Tickets for the Southland Conference Basketball Tournament are on sale through school ticket offices and Ticketmaster.com.
Supporters of Lion Athletics.
Hey, it's Dr. Joe Burns.
And Tammy Burns.
This year is leap year, so we get a February.
What do you love most about being a student athlete at Southeastern?
So I chose teammates for life because on our golf team, nobody's from the same spot, but the friendships we've made once we graduate, I know we'll always be friends.
The final time tonight as the Lions win this one by a score of 2-1 over Jacksonville and improve to 2-2 on the year. Get things headed in the right direction to start the weekend. And before we go any further, I'd like to remind you that this copyrighted broadcast of Southeastern Louisiana Baseball may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise used in any form without the express written consent of the Southeastern Sports Network and the Southeastern Louisiana University Department of Intercollegiate Athletics. As the final lines look like this, Jacksonville 1 run on 4 hits. They committed a pair of errors and left 7 runners on base. The Lions with 2 runs on 3 hits, committed 1 error, left just 3 on base. The winner is Trey Schaefer. He's now 2-0 on the year. Trent Palmer takes a loss and falls to 0-1. Will Warren picks up his 2nd save of the season. Took 2 hours and 20 minutes to play in front of 1,082 paid on a chilly night here at the pad. We'll turn around, do it again tomorrow under the sunshine at 2 o'clock. Hope that you can join us. If not, no radio coverage. Keep that in mind. We will have it digitally for you, video on the Southeastern Sports Network, so you can follow that way, as well as live stats and Twitter. Or just come on out to the ballpark and enjoy the good weather here as Mardi Gras weekend is upon us. Oh, so I think that's about it. Remember, we got basketball tomorrow on campus as well. 1 o'clock for the Lady Lions, 4 o'clock for the men over at the UC. They'll have the radio network. Our broadcast on the Southeastern Sports Network. We take a look at the rundown here. Our executive producer is J.R. Teagues. Associate producers Andrew Bishak and Ola Adeboye. Coordinating producers Damon Sunday and Colton Vickers. Our director tonight was Quiante Mobley. Our camera work was done by Andrea Hunt and Lawanda Weary. And our studio coordinator back at KSLU tonight was Caitlin Bartholomew. I'm Damon Sunday. That's been our time. We thank you for spending yours with us here this evening. Once again, the final score, your Lions win it 2-1. This has been an exclusive presentation of the Southeastern Sports Network.